Wait, sorry, brother. You know what? I've made a mistake. I think just for the purpose of those that are listening, do, do any of you want to define what co-parenting is for those, because we've made the assumption that people understand what co-parenting is. So what is that specifically? How would you define co-parenting?
All right, guys, wait, hold up. So we looked at the analytics, and apparently 25% of you who watch this podcast are not subscribed. Now, that doesn't make sense, because if you're watching this podcast, then you clearly like it and you clearly want more. So the best way to get more is to subscribe. And guess what? Even do another thing, subscribe. Hit that little bell button and put the notifications on. So when we post this exquisite content, right, you'll get it directly in your notifications. So subscribe right now. Thank you.
All right, well, let's look at parenting, yeah? So they say parenting is the upbringing of your child from infancy to adulthood, right? So it's the raising of your child, focusing on their emotional, intellectual, social, and well-being, right? That's parenting. Co-parenting is that. It's just that you and that child's other parent are no longer in an intimate relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's making sure you're still doing those things whilst not being together as a couple.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So, thank you for that. So, Mike, as you were saying, so the dynamics of co-parenting for you specifically.
Me specifically, I'm pretty sure it's probably similar with every co-parent. Obviously, I'm not saying all co-parents work this way, but it starts off, I feel, very, very, very hard because it involves emotion and how basically when you break up, it's not always smooth sailing, and then you have to now have the added dynamic of having a child and raising that child without being intimate, like you said. And then I feel like as you get older and as you mature and as you work your way around it, you find ways of just communicating without let's call it beef for argument's sake. But like, it just becomes more and more easy. You can communicate. You can say, there's a plan. Okay, this weekend you have him, next weekend you have him. You have like schedules and all the rest of it. I feel like, so for me personally, it's become way more easier. So of recent times is basically smooth sailing, but I wouldn't say it's complete like hassle free, of course, because there's still that sometimes there's someone will drop a little like sentence that you think, why is she saying that? Or I would say something. I'll be honest. I'm petty as well, so I'll say something and then
You're the instigator.
Yeah, not impossible. I can't say it's me.
Fighter.
Yeah. She'll be like, "Why would you say that?" I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like I'm oblivious to what's just happened, and she does the same thing. But all in all, like she's calm. I'm calm. My son's calm. So we just try to keep it at that level. Obviously, when it gets to that, we don't. What's it called? We don't add more fuel to the fire when you know the other person's going to get angry. You just try to avoid that. It just makes it way easier. And then at the same time, you have to keep the child or children at the forefront of your mind. So if you manage to do that, it just makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
As well. But again, there's no end destination. You're always maturing together as co-parents, and the child is obviously the byproduct of your communication and the past love. But yeah. It's not easy, but you know what? It's cool. I'm happy.
It's fascinating though, because as you were saying that, it just dawned on me like you're co-parenting as long as your child's in your life, obviously, for the rest of your life. So that means that person, you're tied to them, but you're working together.
Passively, basically.
Yeah, like not in the same way in the intimate relationship, but yeah, like you're trying to, and you have to, for the rest of that child's life. So that's quite an interesting dynamic I haven't really thought about. What about yourself, Aaron? So co-parenting for you?
Boy, I got nearly 15 years experience in this game.
Oh boy.
So my eldest it'll be 15 in July, and me and his mum have pretty much, since he's been born, never been together. But I've also got an 8-year-old who I'm also not with his mum. So I'm doing this twice. And you know what? Even though I'm the same, my co-parenting relationships are very different because they're two different women. But I think touching on what Mike said, I think when you break up with someone and there's no child involved, there's that grieving period, where you can kind of delete their number, shut them off, shut down social media, get on with your life and not see that person again. Yeah, there's that element. In co-parenting, you can't do that. You've now got to somehow, if they've done you wrong, get over that person whilst potentially seeing that person every day. Like, that to me is one of the biggest hurdles within co-parenting. Depending on how you broke up, has a massive effect. Because if you're still holding that resentment and that anger, and now You've got to work together to sort out finances. You've got to discuss. Like, when you really think about the obstacles in co-parenting, yeah? Like, really think about the obstacles. There's financial. Yeah? There's the routine. There's potentially new partners. Yeah? All of these obstacles that would never be there if the child wasn't involved.
And we're going to get into all of those.
All of those.
We're gonna,
That's well said as well, bro.
we're going to get into all of those.